On the morning of September 22, 1967, Victor Banjo, Emmanuel Ifeajuna, and 2 others were executed by firing squad, accused of plotting against the Biafran government. Banjo was just 37 years old when he was killed not on the battlefield but by a friend. We have been told that this was justice, ordered by Ojukwu himself, because at that time everyone was a suspect. But behind that story lies a truth that has been buried for years. Was it treason, betrayal, or something far more complex? Watch till the end to uncover what really led to Banjo's death, and why this operation was carried out in the first place. This video is divided into 3 parts. First, the detention of Victor Banjo by General Aguiyi Ironsi. Second, the deadly Battle of Wole in 1967, and how it led to the arrest of Wole Soyinka. Third, the death of Victor Banjo under Ojukwu's command. And finally, the hidden revelation that was uncovered 55 years later. But before we continue, if you have not subscribed, do it now. Hit the like button, because we're about to uncover a shocking revelation. Now, let's go deeper into the part they never told you about. After the January 15th, 1966 coup, that led to the death of Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa, General Aguiyi Ironsi became the head of state. As of that time, Banjo was the one who mobilized and organized a meeting of loyal troops to cooperate with Aguiyi Ironsi. He also persuaded the Hausa officers to accept Ironsi as the head of state. However, barely 3 days after Aguiyi Ironsi assumed office, Banjo was believed to have participated in a plot against Aguiyi Ironsi. He was further accused of being among the January 15th coup plotters that overthrew Balewa. On that day, Banjo was actually waiting to see the head of state when his comrades in the army, Major P.A. Anrua and Lieutenant Colonel G.T. Kurubo, pretended to be admiring the latest weapon he was carrying. They both requested Banjo's permission for them to handle the sophisticated weapon, which he innocently handed over to them. He was then arrested and detained for brandishing a loaded pistol in Ironsi's presence, on account of planning a coup to topple General Aguiyi Ironsi. While in detention, he wrote to Aguiyi Ironsi, proclaiming his innocence, but this was to no avail. Thanks for watching this far. Please like this video and subscribe. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture right now. On May 30th, Colonel Ojukwu declared the birth of the Republic of Biafra. During the July 29th, 1966 counter-coup that resulted in the assassination of Ironsi, most of the eastern senior officers were killed in the north. Ojukwu, however, was not prepared in terms of weapons on the day he declared secession. Being the new Biafra head of state, he ordered the release of Banjo. Ojukwu also ordered the release of Lieutenant Colonel Adewale Ademoyega and Lieutenant Oyewole to fight on his side. Banjo stayed with him in Enugu, which was the capital city of the new Biafra. Banjo started having issues with the Biafrans when he formed the 101 Brigade of the Biafra Army. Banjo's position of authority and influence did not go down well with some Biafra military officers, especially Alexandra Madiebo, whose 51st Brigade was under Banjo's sphere. Banjo was far ahead of his colleagues in military tactics, operations, and strategy. His colleagues, such as Major General Philip Effiong and Major General Alexandra Madiebo, concentrated on the defensive position. When Banjo was promoted to the rank of Brigadier by General Ojukwu, Banjo made a clear mandate to relieve their people of the burden imposed by the northern-dominated Nigeria state and army. This was the agreement between Banjo and Ojukwu. Banjo then codenamed the 101st Brigade as the Liberation Army of Nigeria. He made Lieutenant Colonel Emmanuel Ifeajuna his chief of staff. Thanks for watching to this point. Please hit the like button. It will help us a lot. Thanks. On August 9th, 1967, Brigadier Banjo led his Liberation Army into Midwest in an operation code named Torch. Lieutenant Colonel Akaga capturing Benin and Ore, Lieutenant Colonel Mike Ivonso took Auchi, and Major Chukwuka took over Wari, Sapele, and Ugheli. Within 12 hours, the Liberation Army of Nigeria had completely taken over the Midwest. David Ejor, the Nigeria military governor, was lucky to escape the ambush set up secretly by Ojukwu. Immediately after the invasion of the Midwest, serious disagreement arose between Banjo and Ojukwu. First, Ojukwu was advised by senior Igbo military officers to take power out of Banjo's hand. Secondly, Ojukwu rejected Banjo's advice that the new governor of the Midwest should come from the non-Igbo Midwesterners like Lieutenant Colonel David Ejor, Samuel Ogbemudia, or Colonel Tribunal. This Banjo's advice was predicated on the need to make the Midwesterners feel at home and not think that they are being ruled by Biafra. But Ojukwu ignored this advice and appointed Albert Okonkwo, an Igbo Midwesterner, as the governor of Midwest. Despite the disagreement between Ojukwu and Banjo, Banjo still proceeded to take Lagos at all cost, despite inadequate ammunition, to confront the almighty army on the federal side. Some of the well-equipped soldiers on the federal side that Ojukwu ordered Banjo to confront include Colonel Obasanjo, Colonel Murtala Muhammad, Lieutenant Colonel Alani Akin Renade, and Lieutenant Colonel Alabi Isama. Banjo, realizing the enormity of casualty that will arise in the heart of Yoruba land if he is to fight his ways to Lagos with little ammunitions and soldiers, he took advantage of the visitation of Wole Soyinka and sent Soyinka to Obasanjo for Obasanjo to allow him a free passage to Lagos through Ibadan, and that Soyinka should let the West understand that he is not leading a Biafra army, but an army of liberation made up of other ethnic groups. Obasanjo refused this plea. He told Soyinka to tell Banjo that he can use alternative routes like waterways or air to reach Lagos and not through Ibadan, as he will not yield his ground for anybody. This errand almost caused Soyinka's life, but he was lucky to have General Gowon, who rather put him in prison than executing him. Soyinka spent more than 24 months in prison until his release in 1969. Please hit the like button, it will help us a lot. Thanks. Now, let's go deeper into the part they never told you about. On September 20th, 1967, Benin fell into the hand of troops led by Colonel Murtala Muhammad, and that ended the Biafra government in Midwest. The next day, Ojukwu invited Banjo to a meeting in Enugu, where he was arrested. He, alongside Lieutenant Colonel Emmanuel Ifeajuna, Major Philip Alale, and Major Sam Agbam, were detained. Ojukwu and his inner circle suspected Banjo and his team of secretly negotiating with the Nigerian federal side. They were also accused of plotting a coup against Ojukwu and install Obafemi Awolowo as prime minister. Ojukwu constituted a special military tribunal headed by Godwin Nzegwu, a lawyer from Onitsha. Ojukwu had ordered the tribunal in advance to condemn Banjo and others, as he had already adjudged them guilty. Having listened to the defendants and in the absence of any documentary evidence to establish a case against them, Godwin Nzegwu refused to participate in the murdering of the innocent souls. Godwin Nzegwu too was arrested and detained by Ojukwu for failing to find Banjo and the other detainees guilty as was ordered. Nzegwu was detained till the end of the war. Having removed and detained lawyer Godwin Nzegwu, Ojukwu replaced him with Justice George Ekamena with a strict order that the accused must be found guilt. And that was exactly what the judge did. Ojukwu Special Military Tribunal found all the accused persons guilty, and they were condemned to death by firing squad. The trial was conducted and concluded on September 20th, 1967. Just a day trial. On September 22nd, 1967, the condemned men were shot to death and were buried in unmarked graves. It was reported that Banjo was shot several times. He was just 37 years old when he was killed in his prime. Thanks for watching to the very end. Was it treason, betrayal, or tribalism? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical stories like this.